In recent years, attention has focused on countries where single women outnumber men, driven by factors like emigration, cultural norms, war, politics, and genetics. So today, let's delve into the countries with more single women. Are you ready to explore? Number 14. Oman. Oman, one of the countries contending with an increasing number of single women due to a shortage of eligible men, is a nation located on the southeastern coast of the Arabian Peninsula. Oman is known for its diverse landscapes, rich history, and traditional values. Like many Arab societies, Oman places a strong emphasis on family and marriage. However, the country faces a noticeable gender imbalance, partly due to men seeking employment opportunities abroad and changing societal dynamics. This demographic challenge has prompted discussions within Oman about evolving gender roles, marriage dynamics, and potential solutions to address the growing number of single women looking for suitable partners. Omani society is characterized by its adherence to Islamic traditions and a deep-rooted sense of hospitality. Number 13. Syria. Syria, once a stable and culturally rich nation in the Middle East, has been ravaged by a devastating civil war that has had profound impacts on its society, including the dynamics of marriage and the status of single women. The conflict, which began in 2011, has caused widespread displacement, loss of life, and economic hardships, resulting in a significant shift in traditional marriage patterns. Before the war, Syria had its own societal norms and expectations surrounding marriage, with family values and community ties being highly regarded. However, the protracted conflict has led to the displacement of millions of Syrians, with many men and women seeking refuge in neighboring countries or beyond. Number 12. Lebanon. Lebanon, while not typically known for an abundance of single women due to a gender imbalance, has encountered distinctive challenges in recent times. Situated on the eastern Mediterranean coast, the country has grappled with economic instability, political turmoil, and significant emigration of both men and women seeking better opportunities abroad. This has created a complex social landscape where marriage dynamics are evolving, and some women may find it challenging to meet suitable partners amidst Lebanon's economic hardships and ongoing uncertainties. Traditionally, Lebanon boasts a diverse and vibrant society where the family holds high esteem. However, economic difficulties and political unrest have introduced new complexities into the country's marital landscape. Number 11. Bahrain. Bahrain is a small island nation situated in the Persian Gulf, known for its significant surplus of single women attributed to a shortage of men. Like its regional peers, Bahrain has experienced impressive economic growth driven by its oil wealth and strategic location. While Bahraini society upholds traditional family values and the importance of marriage, it grapples with a gender imbalance due to male emigration for work opportunities and cultural norms. As a result, discussions within Bahrain have centered on topics such as gender roles, changes in marriage dynamics, and potential solutions to address the growing number of single women seeking suitable partners. Number 10. Portugal. Since 2010, Portugal has seen a historic increase in its female population and a rise in gender equality. However, despite these advancements, the Portuguese economy has faced challenges in recent years. Consequently, many Portuguese men have emigrated to countries like Brazil and other EU member states in search of better opportunities. The higher emigration rate of Portuguese men has contributed to a larger proportion of women in the population. This is further compounded by the fact that Portuguese men have a lower average life expectancy of 78 years compared to Portuguese women, who live an average of 84 years. Isn't that surprising? Number 9. Estonia. Alongside several public health issues related to excessive drinking and smoking, Estonia continues to experience the effects of its Second World War involvement, much like the other Eastern European countries on this list that we will discuss in due time. The typical Estonian guy drinks 17.5 liters of alcohol a year, which is more than twice as much as the average for women. At 12.2 per 100,000 people, Estonia also has one of the highest suicide rates in Europe, with men more than 5 times more likely to take their own lives than women. Every year, around 11,000 Estonians depart, either to live and work permanently in other countries or temporarily. The majority of these emigrants are guys seeking better job opportunities. Number 8. Zimbabwe. Different nations experience progress in unique ways, and as of February 2021, women held 31.9% of the seats in Zimbabwe's parliament. However, this positive aspect is tempered by the significant gender imbalance in the country, which poses its own challenges. In 2020, the male mortality rate was 413%, notably higher compared to the USA's 138%. This rate represents the likelihood of passing away between the ages of 15 and 60. It is expected that disparities such as the ratio of men to women will gradually normalize in the future, as Zimbabwe's overall mortality rate has declined in recent years. Number 7. Lithuania. Lithuania grapples with self-destructive behaviors among its male population. Men in this country are significantly more prone to smoking and excessive alcohol consumption. In fact, over 1/3 of Lithuanian men smoke. Discouraging cigarette use remains a key priority for Lithuanian health authorities. Similarly to Nepal, Lithuania has faced the emigration of its young, skilled men seeking better opportunities in other European nations such as Germany or England. Number 6. Georgia. With a population of about 3.7 million, Georgia is a relatively small country. Approximately 52.98% of the population are women, while the remaining 47.02% are men. As one of the world's oldest Christian states, Georgia has a long history of defending itself against invasions from dominant neighbors such as Russia and Turkey. Economic opportunities tempt many male inhabitants to leave their homes in search of work, leading to a high emigration rate. Ultimately, demographic imbalances between men and women are primarily attributed to mortality rates. Similar to many other countries on this list, issues like excessive drinking, smoking, and engaging in high-risk activities also play significant roles. Number 5. Russia. Some of Russia's gender inequality can be traced back to the devastating effects of the Second World War. The Soviet Union suffered an astounding loss of 27 million people during the conflict, the highest of any country. However, there are additional factors contributing to Russia's higher proportion of women. Russian men are significantly more prone to developing alcoholism compared to men in Estonia or Lithuania. This issue worsened after the dissolution of the Soviet Union in the early 1990s. The long-term consequences of excessive drinking and widespread cigarette smoking have had a profound impact on a large segment of Russia's male population over the past 3 decades or so. Isn't that concerning? Number 4. Latvia. The small European nation of Latvia, situated on the Baltic Sea coast, boasts one of the highest female-to-male ratios globally. This disparity stems from several self-inflicted risks more prevalent among men in this region. Latvian men are significantly more prone to smoking and heavy drinking, behaviors linked to various health problems such as heart disease and multiple types of cancer. The average life expectancy for men in Latvia is approximately 68 years, compared to 78 years for women. Men also experience markedly higher suicide rates compared to women, reflecting a troubling trend observed in many countries worldwide. Number 3. Ukraine. The gender gap in Ukraine is likely to widen as the conflict persists and casualties mount. Even before the current conflict with Russia, Ukraine has faced a shortage of males, a situation exacerbated by the lingering effects of the Second World War. Historians agree that the war had a devastating impact on Ukraine's male population, which has struggled to recover to pre-World War II levels. This trend is unlikely to change in the near future if the Russian-Ukrainian conflict continues. Number 2. Belarus. Continuing to bear the scars of its history, Belarus stands as one of Eastern Europe's bleakest stories. The region, which once bordered Nazi Germany, endured total devastation during the Second World War. Belarus suffered the highest per capita casualties of the war, with more than a quarter of its entire population perishing in the conflict. As one of Europe's poorest countries and the continent's last remaining dictatorship, Belarus faces limited economic opportunities and low living standards. Many young men have been compelled to seek better prospects in other parts of Europe as a result. Number 1. Armenia. The 20th century was extraordinarily challenging for the ancient nation of Armenia. The country gained little from Soviet rule and endured conflicts with its neighbors. However, the most devastating blow to Armenia was the Armenian genocide during and after the First World War, primarily responsible for the nation's male population depletion. Approximately 1.5 million Armenians were either subjected to death marches through the Syrian desert or massacred in large-scale executions under Turkish Ottoman rule. The atrocities were so systematic and severe that they necessitated the coining of the term genocide to describe them. Historical records indicate that the majority of the victims were men. In addition to historical losses, recent economic instability has prompted many Armenian men to seek employment abroad, contributing further to the gender imbalance. Today, significant Armenian communities exist worldwide, particularly in Russia, France, and the United States.